Everyone, Papercut here with a reaction video to the previews of the 2 DLC civs. My wife is so excited because this is my second video I'm recording today, and she loves to sit next to me as I continue to talk AoE 4. Don't you? You can't see, but she did a vigorous head nod yes. No. So let's get into it. They dropped the previews, which, as we know, the previews give us an idea of like the goal of the civs, as well as some of the stuff that, you know, they don't show any of the technologies, and there's still a lot being hidden, but I think it really does give you kind of the mindset of what they're trying to create with these civs. So we're going to start first with House of Lancaster, the English variant. A variant civilization that boasts powerful economy derived from unique buildings. The manor, in addition, their versatile army offers many tactical advantages in the battlefield, allowing them to defeat the most capable foes. Play in the House of Lancaster. The House of Lancaster focuses on defense and economy. No! Oh man, they're gonna make English more defensive. Oh, it's like they looked at English and went, what? What can we take the parts that frustrate the people the most about English? The really good defense and their insulated economy. How can we make that even more busted? Oh, turtlers are gonna love this. This is gonna be the ultimate turtle civ. I can already tell. All right, so which generate resources. Advancing to feudal age opens up the use of Lancaster Castle, a landmark capable of turning the tides of battle to its access to powerful levies that may be called once all manors have been built, or even earlier if the situation is dire. In the late game, the red rose of Lancaster is in full bloom, with resources pouring in from the manor's robust heavy infantry. Strengthen the rest of your military using a host of unique technologies from the King's College to ensure tactical supremacy in the battlefield. So this seems like a very one-track civ, where it's like, you're going to play defensive, you're going to survive. Like, it's my guess they probably have a cruddy feudal, and the whole point of feudal is to hunker down and then raid and get to castle and start getting your manners up, and like as you're doing that, get your manners up. It feels like Malians almost. Like how Malians, not now, Malians is actually a very good feudal civ now because of Pro Scouts, but like earlier Malians, it was like you boom, and if you can survive being attacked, because every civ attacks Malians in feudal, if you can survive that, you're gonna win just because your economy is so good. This feels like a very Malian type civ, only with even more defense. Like the way the Malians defended was that they have a way to counter every unit. That was their whole thing. It feels like, just from this description, it's gonna be just you're gonna play really turtly with really strong infantry, and you're like, come attack me, good luck. Lords of Lancaster, heavy melee infantry that increases the health of nearby units. I wonder how good they'll be in feudal. Like if they're really strong men at arms, like Jeanne d'Arc level, can you get all 4 in feudal, I guess is the question? Or is it like you only get 1 every age? So in feudal you can have next one. And then the Hobelar, light melee cavalry that rides a sturdy pony. These units are significantly cheaper and faster to train than standard horsemen. But are their stats worse? So are they like a Malian warrior scout where they're like a weaker horseman? Or are they the same as a horseman, but just you train them faster? Because once again, I feel like this blends into the style they're going for, where you're trying to get your resources up. You're building Hobelars, however you say them, to go raid and keep your opponent away from your base while you're trying to get your manners up. And just be really distracting and annoying. More Lancaster units, yeomen, light range infantry for increased range. The synchronized shot ability peppers an area. So same thing here. Are they as strong as longbows, or are they like cheaper? Because what's interesting is we have Order of the Dragon, which is like all the units are stronger, more expensive. I wonder if the early game Lancaster is going to be all your units are weaker, but you can mass a crap ton of them, and you're just trying to get your manners up, and then your good units come later in the game. Demi-Lancer, a heavy armored cavalry that has high durability but low damage, can only be trained through landmarks. See, once again, so we have the cheap units that you just mass do damage, and then you have your really heavy units that you use to defend within your base. So this just feels like, the way you win is just getting so many resources, you just outmass, and then you just keep forward through the map. House of Lancaster, the ages. Age 1, the humble beginnings of Lancaster economy is bolstered by additional sheep and increased gather rates. See, they don't have to leave. They don't have to leave base. And this also encourages to scout. If you get increased gather rates from shepherds, is that a unique unit, or just villagers on sheeps? Anyway, if they're getting extra sheep at the start and then they also get extra gather rate from sheep, they want to go 2 scout just to get as much sheep on the map. And then once again, turtle. It's hard turtle after that. Starting constructing manors, which in H2 they can make manors, generate resources. Lancaster Castle can't be constructed to advance to the feudal age. So they already get a defensive landmark. I wonder, is it defensive though? Are they actually sitting there? Does it like have its own arrow slits? Or is it like, I wonder, it seems like the Kremlin, isn't it? This is basically the Kremlin. Defense, and then you can levy troops for defense, probably for like a food cost. H3, Castle Age of King's College unlock a seat of unique military upgrades. Is there multiple age ups, or is it just a very linear, you have this age up every age? I wonder if it's like the Zushi landmark where you age up and then there's like six tech options. You can pick 3. From locking hand cannons early, Janissaries again, man. To improve in bonus damage of your units, the King's College is sure to give your military the upper hand. Yeah, this feels like it. You can only pick this one unless they're hiding the other one, but you pick this one and then you only get like a few options. But man, it feels like they're trying to make the most angering civ. Like they're trying to make the civ that that if played well is the most frustrating thing to fight. H4, the backbone of Lancaster forces of the formidable heavy infantry, the elite Earl Guard's devastating armored infantry equipped with a massive warhammer, constructing cubes to unify the houses, improving demi-lancers. Yep. This feels like a Mali and Eco with the Zushi China style late game, where you're gonna have to survive the early part to get your Eco going, and then later in the game, you buff your unique units super heavy, and that's how you win with massing them with your crazy Eco. Because same thing with China and Zushi with their upgrades, they get special upgrades. Like they get extra damage depending on what age they're in or dynasty they're in to their unique units. Feels like they're playing the exact same way. So for those of you who are defense turtle lovers who just want to boom and then win through that, this sounds like the civ of your dreams, which means I think I'm gonna hate it. I love the design. Like once again, I want to emphasize, I love that their designs are so unique. I want them to keep doing that. It doesn't sound like a frustrating civ to play against. All right, Knights Templar. All right. The Knights Templar establishes commanderies throughout Europe, allowing their allies to fight alongside them, capable of constructing fearsome fortifications and fielding a diverse selection of units. The Knights Templar fight to defend the sacred lands. So this is, for those of you who don't know, we already know that for each age, it's like Abyss and Ayyubid, where the Templars get to pick like from 3 different options every age for their special age ups. Playing the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar begins the Dark Age with one goal: prepare to defend pilgrims journeying to the nearby sacred sites. It's a Delhi civ. The Knights Templar versus Delhi games are going to be crazy because they're both going for sacred sites. But it sounds like this is a sacred site focused civ, just like Delhi, which is interesting how they're like, there's almost like sections of types of civs you can be, and then what do you use for. So it's like, okay, Delhi is the sacred site civ. Let's do another one of those, but how can we make it unique? So instead of taking the sacred sites, it's just defending them so pilgrims can go to them. They do this by foraging for additional food provisions in nearby forests and establishing commanderies. Wait. They get a Japan upgrade. So how Japan gets stone from gold and gold from stone, I bet when they harvest wood, they get food. A little bit, but whenever they harvest wood, they get food, which is like... The thing about Japan's version is that if you're cut off from gold, if you gather mass stone, you can get some gold. It's not enough to like field the gold heavy army, but you can get key units. I wonder if that's the same thing here, where it's like you could do really heavy wood and just get barely enough units. I don't know. That could be broken really easily though. Advance of the Ages in the Templar headquarters, so similar age up style as Ayyub and Abyss. They have one landmark and they just pick what to upgrade it with. Each commandery gives Knights Templar access to a unique bonus in unit, tailoring both economy and military, which we've seen those released already. Constructing powerful fortresses cements their control over the map while providing inspiration to military troops and acting as landmarks. Interesting. Templar Brother. Templar Brother is an expensive elite heavy cav unit with enhanced durability and damage, so they're probably going to be one of the strongest knights in the game. That'd be the goal, right? Very, very strong knight. Probably don't get them to castle. You don't want that to be you don't want that to be a feudal unit. If they get him in feudal, though. Pilgrim. The Pilgrim journeys go by traveling from Templar headquarters nearby sacred sites. This is going to be, I think, the goal of the Knights Templar. I think how they will exist is that they are a high risk, high reward civ. Like having to defend your pilgrims going to the sacred sites is going to be a huge deal, and that's so rateable. Like that's so rateable for other civs. And so I think a big part of the Knights Templar, it's almost like Mongol trade, where it's like you're trying to get this trade set up and you're trying to defend it. And I wonder if the goal is going to be very aggressive as a way to defend your sacred sites. But if they don't have, Mongols have double production of units. Delhi has faster unit production with the scholars. How are the Templars going to gain that tempo to be able to defend sacred sites is going to be the question. Hospitaller Knights. After establishing a commandery, the Hospitaller Knights fight alongside the Knights Templar as men-at-arms, both strong in combat and capable of healing. Interesting. They can't be too strong, though. Like, actual fighting-wise, or else they'd be really broken. But I wonder... See, they can't show all unique units because they have so many options. So they're kind of showing, I think, what they think are the most interesting, but there's a lot of unique units for the Templars. Age on the Dark Age begins by revealing the locations of all sacred sites and relics. That's nice. You'll never have the issue of like missing a relic randomly while scouting. Utilize this information, the Templars' ability to forage for food from forests. They're up there with Roostman, roosting them, loving the forests. Put them on Black Forest and they can be feasting for days. H2, research the safe passage technology, like Delhi, at the Templar headquarters to begin escorting pilgrims. I wonder, do the Templar headquarters have natural defenses? Same as the Lancaster. Does the fortress have natural defenses, or do you have to like get arrow slits? You know what I mean? Like a Barbican. Like Barbican automatically attacks, but then you can get extra upgrades. I wonder if that's how this is going to work. Construct mighty fortresses, secure the way, and encourage more to take up the pilgrimage. Yeah, it's just all sacred site based. And are they just getting gold? Or are they getting other resources? Are they getting gold and something else? If it's just gold, then they need a unit in feudal to make it worth it. You know what I mean? If they have a normal army with no gold units, what's the point of getting the pilgrimage going? Except if you want to do an age up like Delhi. I guess Delhi doesn't have any gold units. So the whole purpose of the gold, I guess for upgrades, they're not getting free upgrades. I wonder what the other bonuses are. Because Delhi has the free upgrades. That's the big thing. So gold is used just to get to castle. H3 in Castle Age established commandery I'm saying that so wrong, I'm sorry, in the Kingdom of Castile to inspire military needs near sacred sites. So they're focused on the sacred site aspect of it, though that's one upgrade option. And call upon the Geniture, a ranged cavalry unit that excels against other ranged units. So their only counters horsemen. H4, the Knights Templar do not have access to gunpowder units. Late imp, they might suck. Instead, they field formidable trebuchets and can be deployed atop fortresses. So will the trebuchets do AoE damage? Would the trebuchets be like mangonels? And so are they also a creep civ where they're creeping forward with their keeps as a way to push? Because if it's late imp and you don't have any gunpowder units, that's rough. No cannon? No hand cannon here? I don't know, man. It feels like they're a civ you want to win in castle with. Just from this. Like, I could be completely wrong, right? But this feels like I win in castle. I build up the eco with the sacred sites and feudal, and I win in castle on a castle timing. Anyway, I hope you thought that was interesting. I am really excited for both of these civs. I think this is really, really fun. I'm excited for this DLC. I know I'm taking the day off to play it all day. And I think it's really cool that we're getting a DLC, and then we're going to get a DLC at the end of the year. So shout out to the devs. Thank you so much. And keep up the uniqueness. Keep up the crazy experiment of these civs. It's what makes the game so much fun. If you're interested in following me on Twitch, you can check the description, the link in the description below the video, as well as if you're looking for coaching or any support for AoE4, check out my coaching Discord. Thank you so much for watching.